Well, good morning. So, I was just in the store, and this older gentleman was checking out at the self checkout, and all of a sudden he starts yelling, and he's like, "I know! Would you just shut up?" And so we all kind of looked, and there was nobody there with him, but he was talking to the machine itself. And I just thought that was so funny because I feel the same way. Like, stop telling me what to do. I already know to scan it and put it in the bag. I already know this. And so I thought he's just saying what everybody is actually feeling. And then it was funny because the manager, I'm assuming she was like the front end manager, she's like, staring at him. And I started laughing, and I was like, dude, I feel the same. Like, why are they so bossy? It's just, we know what to do. So everybody started laughing. It was just funny because it was like, yeah, that guy just knew exactly from the beginning what was up, because it was like, stupid thing. Computers, I tell you. So I'm here at Walmart. I have to get my oil changed. I'm here pretty early, and it was funny because I was at this other store wandering around, and I was like, God, I feel like I need to go do something, but I don't have to do my exchange yet, so it'll be okay. And in the back of my head, I thought, I got to get home in time to take Smokey out so that it's not too hot. And so, then all of a sudden I was like, oh my gosh, I have an oil change. So I raced over here to get in line. It looks like there's one person ahead of me, which is so annoying because I have an appointment. But the other problem is then going into Walmart and wandering around is always dangerous. So I'm going to try not to spend a bunch of money because I don't need to spend any money, but it's hard when you go into Walmart to not spend money on things that I don't want to have to come back to it for. And it's kind of cool because we don't actually shop a lot at Walmart, so I don't think I really need all that much. But I always go and like check out the clearance for Charlie, like his clothes. I typically don't buy him any toys. In fact, last night I sat down and purged his toy chest because there's toys in there that he's just not interested in, and toys in there that are like babyish now. So it's forever evolving into what toys is he going to play with, what toys is going to, he can interact with. I'm trying to find a kitchen because I think that would be fun for him to have, and also like a little tool bench shop art thing maybe to have in the apartment, so that he's like doing more exploratory play instead of just here's a car. But at the same time, he does like the cars. So in fact, when Gus was here, Carmi bought him some cars, and they ended up not taking them. And Charlie loves them. He plays with them all the time. They're lightweight. They don't really roll really well, but I don't think he's even interested in that part. He lines them up, and then he likes to throw things still, so he throws them. And they're so light, they don't cause a ruckus, and they can't really hurt anything. So, kids. But yeah, so I was talking the other day about how I feel like I don't want to waste my meal when I eat. And so I've had some really terrible meals lately. We went to Costco one night, and I thought, oh, this will be great. Usually I just get a piece of pizza because if I'm going to eat pizza, it's going to be Costco's pizza. I don't know what the deal is, but to me, it's just delicious. So, but you know what? I didn't feel like that because they actually had a turkey Swiss sandwich on ciabatta bread. And I was like, oh, that looks really good. So I went ahead and tried it. And let me tell you what. Yuck. It was so terrible. I don't know, they put on this gigantic amount of lettuce on it, and I don't know why that was. And then there was one slice, if you go to Fry's or Walmart or Safeway and you get deli meat, there was one slice of meat on the sandwich and then one slice of cheese, which I guess is fine. but it was dry and boring, and the bread itself was like bland. So because I cook so much for myself, I think that I have a higher expectation of when I go out to eat. Like, I don't want to waste money. And so that was $6. And I was like, why did I waste my stupid meal on this stupid sandwich? And then the next day is when I had the fry bread. So the fry bread was a terrible disaster. I don't know still what she did. I think it was maybe old dough, or a way overworked dough. I don't know, but it was awful. I did end up eating that, and that was $11. And then we got home, and then later that night, I went ahead and went to we went to Pocanitos, I think that's what you call it, for Mexican food. Just a second. And so, okay, I had to pull up. So, then that night we went to get Mexican food, and I have been jonesing for guacamole. And I know that my body, now that I've starting to work out a little bit, it is starting to really be on that edge. I don't know if anybody else feels this way, but like, you can get on this weird edge where you feel like there's going to be cramps and muscle spasms. And so one of the biggest indicators for me to know that my potassium is low is my bed, because my bed is raised up high. And so I actually use the bed frame to step on to get on my bed. I don't know why we do it that way. But I just wanted a lifted bed. And then I realized you can stick stuff under the bed. And so it became really a great place to store things. But basically, I decided I wanted this chimichanga. And it was a chimichanga plate. And it had beans and rice that came with it. And it said it had guacamole and sour cream. And I was like, oh, that just sounds so good. So I got that. And as soon as I cut into it, I realized the majority of it was bell peppers and onion, which is fine because bell peppers are so good for your body. Like, literally, they're just an amazing thing for your body to eat. Onions as well. But bell peppers have a way of keeping your high blood pressure in check. And so that was a positive. You know, it tasted good, but I got like almost halfway through it, and I was like, this was not what I wanted. So Donnie ended up eating it because that's what you do so that you don't waste food. And that was cool because, you know, he went ahead and ate it, and he loved it. He thought it was great. And I'll probably try something different next time, even just a carne asada burrito, because that's what I really wanted, actually. But I thought with the pico and the guacamole, it would work out, but I don't know. Anyways, that was like $12. So I told Donnie, I feel so bad. I've wasted all this money on food, on my one meal. But then he was like, literally, it's one meal that was wasted. Like, it could have been 3 or 4 meals wasted in one day, but you're only eating one meal a day. So it sucks because my one meal sucked, but it's cool that I just do eat one meal, and that's the only meal that was wasted. So last night I was like, what should we have? And then I make this ramen mix where you take ramen and then you drain the juice out, the soupy part of it, and you use the noodle, and then you melt butter and sesame oil and red pepper flakes and brown sugar, I know, and a little bit of soy sauce, not too much because otherwise it gets way too salty. And then you melt all that and makes like a molassesy syrupy kind of thing, and then you throw your noodles back in there, and you can dress it up. Like, you can have pieces of chicken, you can do a fried egg, you can do green onion, which I did not have. I didn't have any of that stuff, so I ended up making it kind of basic. But the killer part, or the best part of the whole thing, is that you put everything bagel seasoning on it, and it's just so good. So anyways, Ben and I ate that for our meal yesterday, for dinner yesterday, and that was cool. So now I think about today, and I'm like, what am I going to eat today? Like, I'm pretty hungry, but there's a weird thing that happens, I think, when you start to eat one meal a day, is like, you're very selective now about how you're going to waste your I don't want to say waste your calories, because that's not really it. It's more like what sounds delicious. And to me, stuffing my face with a Burger King Whopper does not sound delicious. Making my own burger, that was my dialysis alarm, that sounds good. Even if I'm eating bread from like hamburger buns from Walmart, like that's okay. So we'll see. But I just think it's interesting how your mind shifts, and then I really feel like your taste buds actually get renewed, because they're not just eating a bunch of crap, and you're not eating a bunch of crap that your body is fighting against, because the food that you are eating has the chemicals that say you're not full yet, when in actuality you are, or you want more when in actuality you don't need more. You know, all that kind of stuff, it kind of goes away. And so I usually eat around 12, 1 or 2, and then I'm good for the rest of the day. Once in a while I'll have a little snack, like a couple of french fries at the bar, or like the other day Charlie had half his pear left, so I went ahead and ate that. But it's nothing so significant. It's not another meal, and I really do feel good. I haven't really seen much change in the scale, but that's not really my goal. My goal is just to make myself feel really good, and then start, because you have to start someplace, right? When you go to work out, you have to start someplace, and it's at the bottom. It's like anything else. You start a new job, you go to the oil change, you just have to wait in line, wait for the progression, and then eventually everything works out. So that's where I'm at. Anyways, I'm gonna go, because it looks like my mechanic guy is on his way. So I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye. Oh, and by the way, not only should you drink your water, you should get your car's oil changed, because that's like their water. Okay, talk to you later. Bye-bye.